Welcome to Daytona AHS, and probably it has been moved from the ASCA, and that must be it's not an evolution of this thing as well. So we're gonna be taking a look of this track, and let's just gonna be getting in. This part 25 will be pretty it as well. So looks like it's not just like the old-fashioned Daytona a little bit for this one, because that was absolutely for copying lawsuits as well. So probably this isn't gonna be literally to do anything as possible. This is not an absolutely old. It was just like the old-fashioned Daytona International Speedway, like the 2003 season, and it's absolutely pretty nothing that wasn't gonna be good as always. So it has for a full features about of this track, and we're gonna be taking all the way up here, and as you can see, the infield of this track is fairly large as well, and unfortunately we're unable to travel for some old tracks as well. So we're gonna be run inside of this thing as well to see the old tracks, but unfortunately we still have Pocono and Pikes Peak, Milwaukee, South Boston, and Texas World is no longer working to travel along. So going on Milwaukee, Pikes Peak, South Boston, and Texas World are unable to travel for this anymore, because if I'm just going to be going around here, we're going to be seeing this first, and before we're going to be taking on 8 laps of the track as well. So I'm not going to be bear with you, and we have bear on mind of this thing as well. So looks like we have for many of these features, and we got a lot of the features as well. And because of this only one thing, looks like we're going to get inside of the old tracks. If still it does work, but unfortunately it was not. So we're going to be trying for the Milwaukee, South Boston, Texas World, but looks like unfortunately it was not working. Then we're going to be seeing the lap times as well, because the lap times is still working and being moved into a newly Daytona International Speedway as well. Now, before we're going to be spawning like this, I wonder that we're going to be spawning the number 20 or the number 15 as well. So I cannot believe that I'll be using the number 48 or the number 24. I'll be scrolling down for this thing, as I'm going to be like this thing as well. So we're probably using for some sort of these things as well, and probably it's Daytona time for a one fuelie practice. Let's go for an 8 laps of Daytona while I'm going for a lap time as well. So the television spectate menu is absolutely working, and the top speed is 119 miles per hour, and which means you can absolutely going to be do not worry about this thing. The draft system is absolutely work, because I'm not going to be using the TV spectate menu as well, but how much the fuel is going to be left, and we're going to be trying to make things all the way that we're going to be television spot everything as well. So looks like it's probably working for the television spectate menu. The speed's back down as well, so looks like we're still going to be good as well. And we're probably, it is the time that we're going to be doing for a replay broadcast as well. So it's not going to be doing for the dope selection as well, so we're going to be doing outside as well. And unfortunately we just completely hit the wall, and the top speed is 198 miles per hour. So looks like it's gonna be pretty good to go. And what are replay cameras or replay broadcasts like this thing as well isn't going to be just like this one. So an old television camera isn't going to be just like this one, because that is not really possible. That completely hits the wall for many times and completely resulted for 196 miles per hour, and looks like we're just gonna be completely finishing in the lap number 1. So our first lap times has been completely to do anything what it was. So looks like we just completely hit the wall for another time in lap number 2. So I didn't able to be careful around this thing, and I'm not gonna be perfectionately try to do anything as well. So looks like we got last 400 milliliters to go around here. Instead, I'm going down for just other turns of this thing as well. So going down into 195 miles per hour, and what I just guess, we don't have any kinds of people and other kinds of doing like this thing won't be able to go and work as well. So going on outside, which means the faster lap times will be at, and it's gonna be making towards like more quicker lap times as well. So it's gonna be going fast as possible until further notice to 200 miles per hour we go. And what I just guessed, we just eventually touched the yellow line, and I didn't get any ourselves for the penalty as well. So last under 400 miles to go. So looks like it's not gonna be making towards like for many miles to do this. So even a lot of miles we go. And what I just gonna be literally to do this ourselves perfect. Itself not perfect as well. And I believe this isn't gonna be making towards like this thing. It's lap number 4. And we're gonna be still good on racing. And probably I was not going to be left to do so, because I just quickly reset my character and I didn't admit that glitch as well. So I cannot believe this is absolutely pretty good at replay broadcast. But looks like a NASCAR vehicle has just continued to move, and looks like we're gonna be good on wheels. And because as you can see the sun sets, well, before that we'll be gonna be saying like good afternoon NASCAR fans, which is going to be Turbo Concept here. It's not gonna be signing off as well. So we still have plenty of time left that we're gonna be finishing on 8 laps as well. Starting on lap number 5, we're completely going to be to do this at all times, as we're seeing the results of the lap times has just completely what to do. Before I'm just gonna be closing up onto the NASCAR vehicle, and then lap number 6 we're going to be headed all over to this thing as well. So as you can see, this light and fast racing without any kinds of memes and other stuff, but probably we're just completely good to go, and we're gonna be seeing all full-time features. So looks like this track has a full-time features of this track, and probably it was a very awesome like itself, but almost perfect for everybody else. And because the age and guidelines is for everybody to driven for all, especially for the kids as well. So looks like we're on lap number 6, as before we're gonna be in the last 2 laps. That before we're gonna be making towards like this thing, and we'll turn off the television spectate off, and looks like the car is pretty loud as well. So looks like we're going to be our last 300 milliliters to go before we're slightly running out of fuel. As you can do this, you can do for the arrow key support as well as our kids. We're going to be doing for our 200 miles per hour race as well. So it looks like we're completely good to go for our last 2 laps to do this. And it looks like we're going to be to do for the lap number 7 as a guess. Without going into the road course, we cannot believe this isn't whatever tried to do this. I'm blasting all the way towards the 200 miles per hour, and looks like we're gonna be pretty good on wheels, as she kept on catching all the way to me, and I completely lose my speed. As we're gonna be seeing the ramp that I just completely jumped, that will causing this to, I don't know, that wasn't gonna be to do like this thing as well. So I finally were guessing all over to this thing as well, but unfortunately We're unable to draft into the turn number 3 and 4, and because the white flag has been dropped off, that was exactly how bad it is. That I'm not going to be good at drafting for the which is one side. I'll be keeping on focus for this time. It's the final lap of this race. But looks like we just completely jumped all the way on to 200 miles per hour. But as you can see, we're completely hit the wall for just a complete one warning at this time. Forget about to jump around of this ramp, and I'm probably not sure that wasn't going to be going back here. So I guess we're going to be completely continue to go, and then whatever it is, we're going to be seeing around the road course later on, and we're probably nothing to do like this thing as well. So we're completely able to reach for about 200 miles per hour. So in the final results, it's time to stop the vehicle for eventually. Now let's go off the throttle and hit the brakes as fast as possible. So as you can see, the results of the lap time, it was 51 seconds that we just completely jumped out of this vehicle. So where are my fastest lap time? We'll be about to see what is going on without any cheating as well. 51.379 seconds, 51.213 seconds, and which is the fastest lap time of probably whatever it is. It's not of all time that we're just going to be using the vehicle. The current fastest lap on Daytona 2016 or some sort of a NASCAR 2016 as well. So I'm currently using miles per hour as we're going headed all over to for the trophy area. I mean, this is something we're absolutely going to be trying to do. We're completely drifting all the way because of the infield was absolutely invisible, and it was exactly as a ghost as well. So not where it is. I'll be trying to slow down whatever we think about it, but looks like I cannot believe that we're gonna be going into this podium as well. So that was realized the end of this video will be going to be even for today as well. So if you enjoy of today's video for a new Daytona International Speedway and about for our newly features or all-time feature of this track, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. Join the Light and Fast Racing group, and the game is linked in description down below. Thanks for watching, for all your support of the NASCAR lap times and the Winston videos as well, that I'm not going to be using for the television spectate like this anymore. And next time we're going to be using for the television spectate around all of these drivers who is going to be crashing itself for at once. Thanks for watching and for all your support, and this is going to be Turbo Concept signing off, and I'll see you NASCAR fans all later.